Give me 8 minutes. I want to show you something that's a little uncomfortable, but also kind of freeing. Most big problems in life don't start big. They start small, quiet, easy to ignore. One tiny thing you keep tolerating. One broken window. There's an old idea from the 1980s called the broken windows theory. The simple version is, if a building has one broken window and nobody fixes it, people start assuming nobody cares. And when nobody cares, more windows get broken, trash shows up, disorder spreads. Now forget the building. Think about your life. Because one ignored problem tells your brain without you even noticing, yeah, this is what we allow around here. And that's the scary part. You don't feel the shift while it's happening. It's slow, it's gradual, it's almost polite. And then one day you look around and you're like, how did it get this bad? On paper, my life looked normal. Work, plans, people, nothing dramatic. But day to day, little cracks everywhere. Like one corner of my room that turned into a dumping spot. Just temporary, then it stayed. A conversation I kept avoiding with someone I care about. Not because I didn't care, because I cared too much and I didn't want to mess it up. A task at work I kept dodging until it turned into anxiety. A health habit I paused for a week, then a month, then I stopped calling it a pause. Nothing huge, no explosion, just one window. And then life does what life does. It pushes. A deadline, a breakup, burnout, a bill, a comment that hits too hard, something that forces you to look at what you've been stepping around. It feels negative at first, like why now, why me? But it's also a call. It's life saying, you can't keep living like this. And honestly, most of us refuse that call. Not because we're lazy, not because we're weak, because the broken window feels safer than change. We don't keep it because it's okay, we keep it because it's familiar. So we start lowering the standard. This relationship is just like this. This job is just like this. I'm just a messy person. I'm just tired. And maybe you are tired, I'm not denying that. But sometimes what we call personality is really just adaptation to disorder. I didn't meet some wise mentor on a mountain. I didn't have some movie moment where everything clicked and I became a new person. I just heard one sentence that stayed in my head. Don't fix the whole building, fix the first window. Not your whole life, not your whole identity, not your entire routine. Just one repair that tells your brain, we care here. So I tried it, not perfectly, just honestly. I picked one thing I'd been tolerating, one, not 10. Sometimes it was physical. I cleared one table, just one surface, not the whole room. Sometimes it was emotional. I sent one message I was avoiding, something simple like, hey, can we talk? Sometimes it was work. I did the smallest next step on the task I was scared of, not the whole project, just the first step. And I did it the same day I noticed it. Because when you wait, your brain starts negotiating, and your brain is a very good lawyer. It will argue for comfort every single time. Of course my brain fought me. It said, if you can't fix everything, don't start. It said, you're already behind. What's the point? And then the sneaky one. You deserve a break. Do it tomorrow. But tiny wins showed up. Not flashy wins, not Instagram wins, just real wins. Because the goal wasn't a perfect house or a perfect routine or a perfect morning schedule. The goal was self-trust. If you don't trust yourself, every plan feels fake. Every promise you make to yourself feels like a joke. You stop believing your own words. Fixing one window is how you start trusting yourself again. And then I realized something that was kind of annoying but important. The window is usually not the mess. The mess is what the mess is covering. Sometimes clutter covers loneliness. Sometimes avoiding the conversation covers fear of rejection. Sometimes staying in a dead-end situation covers fear of starting over. So the real question is not what's messy. The real question is, what am I pretending doesn't matter because I'm scared of what fixing it will demand? Because that's the window that keeps breaking. For me, the hardest repairs weren't cleaning or planning. It was saying out loud, this isn't working. This job drains me. This relationship needs a real conversation. And yeah, at first it felt worse, because denial is painless. Reality isn't. But here's the twist. Sometimes what feels like a loss is actually the exit door you needed. A lot of people only start fixing windows after a forced change. They get fired, they move, they break up, they hit burnout. And later they say, I thought that ruined me, but it restarted me. Not because pain is good, but because disorder can keep you stuck, and change breaks the spell. So here's what I do now. When I notice a broken window, I don't negotiate with it for weeks. I pick one repair I can finish in 10 minutes, or I schedule the next step, the conversation, the appointment, the first move. Because a life doesn't collapse in one day. It collapses one tolerated thing at a time, and it rebuilds the same way, one repaired thing at a time. So let me ask you seriously, what's the window you've been stepping around? The drawer you won't open, the apology you won't send, the boundary you won't set, the habit you keep pausing. Pick one. Fix it this week, even today. Because if you keep living with broken windows, eventually it's not the house that falls apart, it's you. What do you think about this whole broken windows idea in real life? Like, do you see it happening too, or do you think it's overrated? Drop your opinion in the comments. I actually read them. And if you want to see more videos like this, follow the channel and hit subscribe. It helps a lot.